Can you hear the temperature of water? Yes. Yes, you can.
So Food Theory just released an episode, and I listened to it on my drive home from a gig, and they went with the music route again, or at least music adjacent, and we got something missing. At least it's not completely wrong this time, but it's just missing a part. So, what's the difference between hot and cold water, and why can we hear the difference? Well, the pitch is slightly different. The cold water is going to be a little bit lower, while the hot water is going to be a little bit higher.
You can see that the pitch of water is almost the same for both the hot and cold water pores, cold being the top one and hot being the bottom. The only difference in spectrogram you can see is that weird swoopy bottom line in the cold sample. Cold water sample, it produces a strong lower note.
However, I hear the cold water is higher and the hot water is lower. And so does Tom in this video.
We did eventually pour the water. Which of those two, first or second, would you say was the hot?
For me, I was tuning into the pitch of it, and the second one sounded lower to me.
But that was never explored. Wait a second, didn't the science prove the opposite? So why are we hearing it different? The key to that is in what they missed, harmonics. Now, he says that water being poured
Is multitonal, or made up of more than one pitch.
The thing is, everything is. Even my voice right now, you're hearing multiple pitches. Every single note that we hear, unless it's a pure sine wave produced by a computer, has harmonics playing. And it's the different balance of these harmonics that gives us our timbre. There's also an element of time as well, but that's not entirely important here, at least as far as I can tell. But the point is the harmonics that are emphasized with the hot water and the cold water. With the cold water, the reason it sounds higher is because more of the higher harmonics are emphasized. So even though the pitch is lower, the higher harmonics are being emphasized, and that's why we perceive it as a higher pitch. This is also why Ryder, I think, was said he has perfect pitch.
Ryder has perfect pitch. He's going to get all of them. He's going to be the one that beats me.
Didn't notice anything. That's why. With perfect pitch, you recognize the fundamental. You don't really hear the timbre as well. And with hot water, the lower harmonics are emphasized more. So the hot water's got the low, the cold water's got the high. That's why hot water sounds lower, even though it might actually have a higher pitch. But since we're not dealing with a nice solid doo with it, it's slowly rising. We don't really get a solid pitch in our ear. But the thing is, they miss this. Guys, I live nearby. I'm not too far from you. Please consult a musician when you do anything about pitch in music, please.